I'm up on the 73rd floor of the Colombia Centre here in Seattle. As you can see behind me, we're fairly high up. I'm not normally one to suffer from vertigo, but it's about 350 metres down to the ground below, and my legs are feeling a little queasy, so I'm going to keep this quick, hopefully. That's looking west out towards the Pacific. The water in front of me there isn't the Pacific Ocean, it's the Puget Sound. The Pacific Ocean is in fact past that chain of hills in the background, the Olympic mountain range, about 200 kilometres away. About 250 kilometres away from here, there's a big trench in the ocean where the Juan de Fuca tectonic plate is sliding underneath the North American plate at a rate of about 4 centimetres a year. This is leading to what's called the Cascadia subduction zone, which stretches from just north of here in the Pacific Northwest down to the northern part of California. And what this means is that water molecules trapped in the sediments on the Juan de Fuca plate get taken down into the mantle, and at that point the mantle begins to melt when it interacts with the water, and the upwelling magma breaks out at the surface in a chain of volcanoes. Not those ones over there. If I swing around now, admiring the view of Seattle, that's the Seattle Mariners baseball stadium and the Seattle Seahawks American football stadium there. If I swing around to the other side of the building, we'll be able to see the chain of volcanoes that the subducting plate causes. Out of this window, and in the distance there, is the Cascade volcanic range on the horizon. There's about 3,000 volcanoes there, most of which are extinct, that have been erupting over the past 5 million years. Not all of them are extinct though. If you look over here, in the distance there, is Mount Rainier, a monster at 4,394 metres high. That's an active volcano, and it's so high up that there's extensive glaciers on the top of it, so when it does erupt there's fairly extensive mud flows emanating from the volcano. It also means that Seattle's prone to getting lots of ash on it if the wind's blowing in the right direction and the volcano does erupt. So that's one hazard here in Seattle. The other, which the Juan de Fuca plate is responsible for, is earthquakes, because it's subducting so slowly underneath the North American crust. The stresses between the two plates and the friction caused as one goes beneath the other have quite a long time to build up. This means that the earthquakes that this area does experience are relatively infrequent, but when they do happen they're very, very big. The last one that happened was in 1700 and was estimated to be between about 8.7 and 9.2 on the Richter scale. So with that in mind, I'm going back to the ground floor for a cup of the other thing that Seattle's for, and that's coffee. Final shot of Mount Rainier in the distance there. Majestic it is. Really beautiful.